Hello, I'm Maurice Dimba. Welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to model a bridge pier in Tekla Structures through Rhino using a Grasshopper link to Tekla Structures. Let's get started right away. We have two windows here. We have a window of Rhino and we have a Tekla Structures window, and we want to introduce another window that will link us to Tekla Structures while we design or model in Rhino here. So the Grasshopper will be the link that will be allowing us to draw live in Tekla Structures, because some commands or some commands are not available for us to design some complex structures in Tekla Structures. So those commands can be found in Grasshopper. So we'll do it in Grasshopper, then we'll link it up with Tekla Structures. So once we've done that model and link it to Tekla Structures, we can generate our drawings through Tekla Structures instead of Rhino. Now, I want to access the plugin for Grasshopper that will link us to Tekla Structures. Now, how I'm going to access that? I'll come to command here and just type Grasshopper right there. There it is, under type enter, and Grasshopper will load. This is the link that will link us to Tekla Structures, and we'll be able to design and model live in Tekla Structures. I'll close this and I'll come to file and start a new window. Now I'll just drag this and block that, and this is the Grasshopper. This is the link to Tekla Structures. Now if I zoom close, you'll be able to see I have some bit of lines here. I've already done this just to cut down on time, and from here you'll be able to grasp something, and you will be able to do this by yourself. If you've been using 3D or advanced CAD softwares, this shouldn't be a very big issue to do. Now I'll get started. I'll come to params here and pick on the curve. I want to assign curves to all these shapes. Now I've picked the first curve, and these curves I'll allocate them names that I'll reference back to these lines here you're seeing on the window, window of Rhino. Now let me just select one curve, then press Control. I want several of those, then press V. I need several of that, then I drag and arrange them like that, or you can just select and pick these, then align them like that. Now from here I want to loft these shapes here, the shapes you're seeing on the window here. These are pier. This is a pier, and this is the pad footing for our pier, and these squares you see, these are the pier pedestals. Now I want to assign these curves to these curves, these curve buttons to these line curves. Now I'll start first of all with the road line, this one here. Now I'll right click, select with my left button, then right click to get this slot or this window to give me an option to change the name or feed the customized name or the name that I prefer to give it. Now I'll assign this as my road line. I'll start with my road line. Let me just delete that road line. That's okay. Click outside. Then this road line will help us in arraying all these shapes to this curve you're seeing here. This is a curve that once we've done the pier, we'll arrange them along this curve. That's it. Now what I'll do again, I'll assign these curves. I'll assign this curve to these curves you're seeing here. I'll select this, right click and come right there, and just type pier section 1. this will be the first section of my pier. Now the second one will be the pier section 2. Pier section 2. Pier section 2. There we are. And we'll have pier section 3. There we are. And change that pier section 3. Section 3. Then we'll have pier pedestals. Pedestals 1. And we'll add 1 here. Yes, press Ctrl V. We'll have another curve that will assign to these curves you're seeing on the Rhino window. Now I'll right click and come to pier pedestals 2. Pedestal 2. There we are. And here we'll assign it to the footing, pier footing. Right click that and come to pier footing. That's it. Now we'll start referencing our curves to the lines you see on the screen here. I'll pick first of all the road line. I'll right click and come to set one curve. I'll reference that curve to this line. There it is. Now if I click on this, you'll be able to see the line this curve is being referenced. This curve is being referenced here by that line turning green. Now I'll come to pier section 1. Now I'll select that, and assign this curve to, I'll come to set multiple curves. I'll pick on that, and I want to pick these two curves here. Now that's it. Now I'll go straight to loft. Just double click there, then I want to loft that. I'll pick on the loft. Then I want several of these lofts. I'll press Ctrl C. Then I want to copy all this. I want a number of these. Just drag that there, drag that. Then you arrange that. Now I'll pick on my first pier. I'll pick on my first section of the pier. I'll pick on that. You see the two curves that have been selected. Then I'll just drag that to my loft. The curves, I've assigned them there. Then I'll go to the second section of my pier. Then what I'll do, I want first of all to assign this curve to these curves you're seeing on the screen. So whenever I click this button or click these the pier section, the two curves will be referenced through through that. Now I'll come here, right click and come to set multiple curves. I'll pick on that. Then I want to pick that curve and that one. Then right click to enter, or just enter on the keyboard. Now when I come back here and click on pier section 2, I'll just drag that to the curves, but what you see will be somehow not looking good. Now to correct that, or to make it follow the profile of this curve, we'll introduce another curve, another loft option. Now I'll just double click here and click loft, type loft. Then I'll pick on loft option. I'll just drag that. Then under the pier section that has taken a weird shape, and we want to correct that to follow the profile that we intended to follow. What we'll do, once you've introduced these loft options, we'll pick this pier section, then drag it to adjust. Then on the outward plug, output information plug, we'll drag that and put it right there. Then you'll see that changing in shape, and exactly that is the shape that you want. Drag that because it has taken a bigger part of our space. Now we are going to the next two curves here. Now we will come to the section 3 of our pier This was 1, 2 and 3. Now I'll come back here and select on that, right click and come to set multiple curves. I'll pick on that, then select these curves, then just click that, right click by enter. You can right click after selecting the curves, or you can just enter straight on your keyboard, then click on empty screen on your Grasshopper window to deselect the selected curves. Now if you come back and select that, you can see you've selected the right thing. Now I'll bring these lofts here and I'll just drag that and put it right there. Perfect. We've generated those surfaces, or we have extruded or lofted these sections. Now I'm going to two pedestals right here, but I haven't assigned them anything. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this pier pedestal 1. I'll right click and come to set multiple curves. I'll bring it close and select on that and select on that, select the curve, then right click or enter on your keyboard, then click on empty screen on your Grasshopper window, then come here, pick on that, just drag it and connect the curves to loft. Then I'll come to this the second pier pedestal. I'll select that, right click and come to set multiple curves and pick on that. Then I want to pick on that, then pick on that, pick on the curve, right click to enter. Then I will introduce another loft here. Just double click on Grasshopper window and then just type loft. I'll pick on the loft here, then drag that and connect to the curves. Perfect. There we are. And we need another curve. Just double click and come to loft here and bring another one down here for the footing. Now I'll come to pier footing here, click on that, right click and come to set multiple curves. I'll pick on this curve and pick on that, then select that curve, right click to enter that, then I'll just drag that to connect with the curves right there. So if you take a look here, it's not, they're just surfaces, but they're not like a solid like. Now we want to give this a look of a solid thing. Now to do that, just double click and type your cup. I'm working, or you can also get that cup on under surfaces and pick on that, bring it here. You can see the cup holes here. Then if I click on these, you can see the sections. I click on that, you can see the section here. You can see what we've lofted. That's it. Now let's start with the first one. We've not touched at all the road line. It's coming in action. We'll come to it just in a moment. Now I've selected that. I want to make it have a solid like shape. Now I've selected that, then I'll drag that to cup holes. I'll bring another one right there. Then instead of going back and forth, let me just press Control and copy several of that. Just drag it, bring this close, then we'll go to the next one and drag that and connect that. We go to the next one, we'll drag and connect that, drag and connect that, drag and connect, bring this down here and connect it here. Perfect. Now what next do we need to do? First of all, check and ensure that you've not left out any part lofted or converted to solid like shape. Now I'll just highlight everything here and just align them in a nice line, and press shift and select all these and align them. Perfect. Now the next thing I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to array this along this. I want to array this shape, this pier, along this curve. Now what are we going to do? I'll come here and type array. I want array along. We have linear array and curve array. We need curve array right there. Then we'll need several of that. Just press Ctrl C. Then we need several of these. Just drag that one down here to get enough space. The beauty with Grasshopper is that you can draw or you can design a very complex structure in Tekla Structures without even touching the commands in Tekla Structures. We've just done it in Rhino and linking live with the Grasshopper plugin that work back and forth in both Rhino and Tekla Structures. Now I want to array this, and to array this we need this command. Let me just delete that first of all so that we get this done. Now this is our road line here. First of all, let me just click on it, then drag that and connect it to the curve. Connect it with all these curves. Just drag that curve and connect that curve to that end. To that end, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. How many do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we need to connect also this one. Bring that curve there. Then under cap holes here, now we can connect these geometries here. So the moment you connect the geometries, you can see part of this pier has been populated, because it has been populated along the curve, because we did this in sections. Now we'll come here and drag that also and connect it. That you can see that is coming up, and also come here and connect with that. The top section has been erected in place, or has been placed right there, and connect that. Select that and connect with the geometry, and connect this with the geometry right here. So if I zoom out, you can see that is complete. Now I'll select everything here so that we get enough space, and now we want to be able to regulate the number of pier along this curve. Now to do that, we'll come to parallels here and pick on the slider here, number slider. Now I'll double click on that and set the minimum and maximum number of piers along the bridge curve. Now I'll click on the minimum, and I need minimum to be 4, the maximum to be 10 right there. I'll click on I'll click OK, and that's it. Now I'll pick on the number slide here and drag all this to count. Drag all this to count here, and drag that to count option under array, then drag that to count right here, then drag this to count right there. Perfect. Now when I come here and try to regulate the number and take them to 10, I can even bring them to 4 or 7 right there, and the maximum will be just 10 and the minimum will be 4. So that's it. So in this case I need 10. I leave it at that spot. Now we want now to link live with Tekla Structures. We want to take all these things here, all these piers, to Tekla Structures, and we can now close the Grasshopper and close the Rhino, and we now customize it in Tekla Structures if need be. Now I'll come to prep. I'll come to cup holes once again because I want to take this to Tekla Structures. I'll come to cup holes here, cup holes, or instead just come to surfaces and pick on that. Then press Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Need several of that, drag that. If there is excess, you just delete, just select and press delete. That there, we need 6 of these. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. We don't need this. Delete that, just press delete. Then just drag that, align them, then space, just select everything, then align them. Perfect. Now we will pull this geometry to prep, pull this geometry to prep, pull that geometry to prep right there, pull that geometry to prep right there, pull that to that, and pull that to that. Perfect. Now we come to Tekla here and pick item, place it right there, then select this, then select on this, connect it with the geometry right there. You can see that appearing Tekla Structures live, and also connect and also bring this. Then we can select that, press Ctrl C and press Ctrl V. We need 6 of that, just drag them down. If you have excess of this, just get rid of that by pressing delete. Just bring that up. We have 4. We need that. Those are enough. Now I'll pick on that and connect it with the geometries of our curves. Pick on that, connect with that geometry. Pick on that, connect with that geometry. Pick on that, connect with this geometry. Select that and connect with that. If you bring this close, you'll be able to see these things appearing in Tekla Structures. Pick on that and connect with that geometry. So this is how it looks. I'll drag that right there and align this. I'll align that, put them in a straight line, select that, press shift and align them properly. So this is how it looks. You can drag that, place it here, just to make them look slightly nice. Press shift and select all these and align them. Perfect. You can leave that one right there, drag that. Just we have some sort of uniformity, and we align that. Perfect. Now this is what we have on this end. Now if I come to Tekla Structures and make it now bigger, I can come here and rotate this. First of all, we need to save this in Tekla Structures. We can save it so that we don't lose this information. I'll come here and turn that, and we'll have our pier in place. This is how it looks. This is how it looks. And remember, these shapes can take a lot of time to do in Tekla Structures, so that's why I'm sharing this, that if you have any challenge, you can do this in Grasshopper and link it to Tekla Structures, so that you can save much of your time. This is how it looks. Now we can minimize this, and you can save it if you want. You can save this, you can save the document. We can just give it a Pier, just give it Pier 10, and we can save it to whichever place we prefer, Pier 10. And once we've saved that, we can just go ahead and close, and also close this. Then we remain with Tekla Structures alone. Now from here, if this red color is not something really appealing to you, you can change these colors the way you want. Let me just change the first one. Just double click, and we can give it a grayish color, a color similar to a concrete. Then we can do that. We just double click, and we give it a different color right there, like that. Yeah, just double click, and remember, we'll do this one by one, because if you select everything and give a similar color, we might lose some parts. Now we just be patient, and we do this individually. Now just double click on that, and change that, give it a different color, and give it a different color, like that. Perfect. Change this one also to 1. Perfect. Now I'm here, and I can save that. Now I can come to navigate here, and now we can turn this round so that you can have a clear look of this. This is our pier. You can see how it looks. Just one. The curves are neatly done, and it is just taken us very few minutes, not so much, and we've come up with a very neat thing. So our gutter box will sit right on top of these pedestals here, following the curve of the road line, I mean. Now this is how it looks. This is how it looks. This is how it looks. Perfect. This is the pad footing here. You can see this curve, how smooth it is. Perfect. Now we can have a look at that. We can try and take a look here. You can view it in a different way. Just double click here and come to perspective and change the view, so that we can look it in a different way. This is how it looks. These are our piers in place. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm Maurice Dimba, and let's meet on the next presentation, where we'll be now merging the gutter box and the bridge pier, so that we have a complete bridge that which will include also the wing walls and other parts. Now this is how it looks, and this is how it's done. Thanks a lot, and bye bye.